The recording has started.
All right.
Nice.
To my recollection, where we last left off, we went on our little adventure to try and save Kai. To do so, we infiltrated what was, for lack of a better description, a underground secret experimental facility where we discovered there's a lot of unsavory experiments being done upon the captured. I think the majority was a youth. We later would learn that some of them would basically be stripped of their magic entirely. So in the ensuing fiasco of a few failed stealth checks, the facility hit high alert, and that's when things kind of hit the ceiling. But in that same process, we also found Kai. To most of our surprises, he was already kind of out and about doing his own thing within the facility, seeming to have already engaged his own escape plan.
And
But
piracy.
What?
And some piracy.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like if you're escaping your captors, anything that's not nailed down is free for the getting. You know.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like, well, I may be stealing your stuff, but that's because you stole me. So I'm
That's
one
true.
of that stuff.
Turn him out to prayer, please.
I'm already stealing myself away from you. What's to stop me taking everything else?
It's kind of like, can your possession own other possessions that are also yours? It doesn't quite work that way. It's just they're simply gathering everything you own together.
Yeah.
And moving
But
in the process to make Gadrin a proud parent.
yeah. He also made the party a very wealthy party. As he stole... How much platinum value was there again within the coat?
It was about...
380 platinum coins, I believe.
380.
Plus like 10 different diamonds that were worth another 100 each or something.
The point being, he just so happened to not only escape the facility, but become very wealthy in the process.
Stonks.
Yep, and and I got a cool new jacket that has
With a lot
an
of
absurd
pockets.
amount of items in it.
Mm-hmm.
And we did wind up taking one of the people in the facility prisoner, and promptly handed over to the little township.
He's all yours.
Yeah. We decided to stay the night with the thought of the boss of that ongoing facility already being en route to it. And that's about where we left off, I believe.
Yep. Unless Kai has anything to add.
No, I think that's about it.
Well,
All right.
take it away, narrator.
So, you guys have a very nice sleep. You're all kind of just in a few hastily rearranged beds outside because unfortunately most of the houses are still destroyed from the attack. The first one to wake up, can you guys roll a d20?
Sure.
It's a flat d20.
Yeah, just a flat d20.
You know what? I wasn't the lowest roll.
Oh, yeah.
I'm happy.
Oh my God, this is a bad omen, isn't it?
No, just getting it out.
It's par for the course for me, to be honest.
This is the Tails portion of the Gadget luck.
Non-combat is where Gadget just plummets.
Yeah.
Well,
and no plummets when he exists.
Yeah, it's just a constant spiral down.
Well, see, with Gadget, it's non-combat is where he doesn't excel. Combat and apparently religion checks is where he excels.
He's suddenly a savant.
Like, I remember when I initially got into the party, that first religion check where with the logic cult. And failing, and it was only failing the
You
second one that
noticed-
led to the iconic.
Yeah.
Gadget hasn't been paying attention for the last 30 minutes. He's just thinking
I
about
mean,
the logistics
in
of this
fairness-
problem.
In fairness, you did notice a flaw in their logic.
I did. Which, fittingly enough, is something I like doing in real life, pointing out the logical fallacies of people's worldviews. Anyway, D&D.
All right.
Yep.
So, first one to wake up is Nye.
Okay.
It's pretty early in the morning, as you guys had hoped to leave. You can see Ferris is just walking around, staying on patrol. And she does notice you're awake, and she walks over to you. Well, I wish we could have stayed to talk a little bit more, but well, this is for Rainier and for Conroy. You best be going as soon as you can, as soon as your friends have woken up.
Yes, I'll go wake them up now. I'm as you kind of already said. I'm sorry that we couldn't really talk longer. I would have loved to have
That's all
heard
right.
how stories about my parents and stuff, but yeah, I mean maybe another time.
Yeah. Oh, if just meeting you alone is, it's already worth it.
Oh, thank you.
And what?
What?
Matt just sent me an image.
Oh no.
Oh God, Matt, what did you send?
It was just
Would you
a
like to show it-
simple.
Matt, would you like to show it
I'll
to
show it
the
to the
class?
Yeah,
Yep.
sounds about right.
Yeah, makes sense. That makes sense to me.
Oh, I forgot that image existed. The bottom one is so good. Oh.
That's great.
Anyway. Oh. I'll kind of head over and go start shaking everyone else awake.
Who do you start with?
Oh,
According to the dice, Talon first.
yeah.
Die.
That's better than if Gatron does it.
At least you can breathe.
I'll nod. Anyway, what's the plan for today?
I think we should just get going as soon as possible, to be honest. I know we're still ahead of time, but I just don't want to risk getting set back anymore.
I'll nod. Well, if this place is anything to go by, they're not pulling any punches. The locals here don't pull any punches. So I think making haste is a wise choice.
Yeah, I think.
And, I
you're
think
right.
I'll just go help shake the whoever Lowry doesn't go to next. I'll go and
Yeah.
try to shake awake.
Okay.
So who's Larry going for?
I go for whoever's next on the dice rolls, which is Nor. Yeah,
Okay, so I guess that leaves me with the task of waking up.
waking up the log that is Gadron.
Who's still snoring like construction equipment, I'll have you know.
Can I cast Minor Illusion to just have a really loud wake up next to Gadra?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that. Just create a sound which is a really loud wake up, yell of wake up next to Gadron.
Morning.
Morning, Gadron.
Yeah, to you, it was the equivalent of being shaken awake very lightly, Gadron. Maybe sort of loud
Yep.
noise, but you're kind of used to it.
So, are we eating or are we just going?
I think we're just going as soon as
Oh,
possible.
I do have prepared a few more rations for you, just in case this would happen. I know my way around the forest fruits, so these are all safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's no problem. Well, I mean, I owe you all so much. You've helped rescue half the village.
I'll just look down at the rations. I suppose fruits do have some sugar in them.
I forgot, yeah, they're sweet too. Well, I hear that when it comes to bananas, if you grill them, delicious, almost caramelized.
I'll bear that in mind.
Gadget plates.
And well, she brings you towards the cart, which has been fixed up, not quite in the same perfect shape it was before, and unfortunately, they were not able to save the tarp. But Barnaby's there. He's still fine.
Good. That's all that matters.
This is true. Even if we die, as long as Barnaby.
Is the head still there?
What do you say?
Is the head still there?
The severed head of the guy in history.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, everything that was on was about fine. The sack is slightly messier than it was before. The coffin is still in perfect shape. There are some impressive defenses on that.
Okay.
And one thing she does that kind of catches you all a bit off guard is that she walks over to Pet Barnaby, and for a split second he glows.
Glows?
Yes, as she puts her hand on him. And he is.
He didn't seem to like magic when I tried it on
him. Well, what sort of spell did you try to use?
Just like kind of looking on the ground. Chaos Bolt.
She looks at you with kind of like that disappointed mother. It's just like, well, would you like it if someone shot magical, painful energy at you?
Gadget raises his hand.
It's like, this doesn't concern you, Gadget.
Gadget puts his hand down.
I kind of lean over to Gadron. I wouldn't like it either.
Probably not.
Yeah, well, that's why he reacted. I've given him a little bit of a, shall we say, speed boost.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Well, it's the least I can do. Now it should take a day off your journey, so it should only take about 2 days instead of 3.
Good.
Oh, thank you.
Wonderful.
It will wear off tomorrow, though, so make as much... Try and go as far as you can for today.
Okay. So I'll just look at Gadron. So, we're not stopping for any potential fights today.
Yeah, Gadget just frowns. Alright.
For this one day.
Speaking of fights that are coming up, are you sure you'll be alright with the person that's supposedly coming?
Well, we have our whole village back. And, from what I hear, we've got a while to at least train them somewhat, and I have dealt with my fair share. As long as it's not a chimera, we should be fine.
Well,
if it's a chimera, make sure to go
know
away.
that.
We'll keep that in mind. But you four have more pressing matters at hand.
Yeah,
That'd be good.
As soon as we've got this all sorted, we'll try and come back and make sure that, you're all doing okay.
Thank you.
Do you also want us to maybe send for the government to try and deal with this threat? I'm sure that they can't be happy with, children being poached from villages and tortured.
I mean, You can try, I suppose.
I'll do that. It seems like a matter that should be of their utmost concern, to be honest.
Well, you can give it a go, but with all the war effort going on, I'm not sure if they'll have some small village in the middle of the woods.
I suppose. Sometimes I forget that not everywhere is prospects.
Yeah, Gadrin goes ahead and hops in the cart.
Yeah, I will follow suit.
Yeah, Gadrin sort of stretches his hand toward this guy. Ah! Time to say Mr. Conroy!
Okay, well.
Best we get going then.
I will nod.
You guys got. May the gods bless you on your journey. And with that, you guys lift the reins, and Barnaby takes off a lot faster than you guys were expecting. You are kind of thrown back very slightly as he's.
Where?
And, well, most of the day is pretty quiet. That being said, can you guys roll perception for me, please?
Oh no. I feel like the day's about to be a little less quiet.
5.
11.
Let me see. Perception, I think, is. Yeah, it's a 1.
14.
10.
Hey, you didn't roll the lowest.
And you roll double
Yeah,
digits.
Not only did I not roll lowest, but it's for the last 2 rolls, it's not been lowest. So we're making progress over here.
You're finally starting to get along with your dice.
Me and
No,
Kai
the
just got
virtual
switch
dice,
positions
no.
for this roll. So what happens?
There's a quite the forest is starting to slowly look less tropical now. It's going to return to a more European feel. It's definitely a sign that you're still self-serene. You're not far out. And indeed, the scenery is going by quite a bit faster. You can see quite a few animals like deer and cheetah that actually run alongside you. Quite an interesting sight. There is one leopard who looks into the trees, sees Barnaby go by, and you can tell in his eyes that he wants to try, but then he sees how fast Barnaby is going and just goes, no, forget it. Eventually, though, Barnaby does stop in the middle of the road as a fairly large shape just lands in front of you.
Hello.
What's the shape?
It's like a gorilla, but far, far bigger, about the size of the cart itself.
Gadrin's gonna
That's
look
the
it in
kind
the
of-
eye.
He starts walking up to the both of you, to all of you.
Gadrin hops out of the cart and walks toward it.
Hedron, we are not looking for fights today, remember?
He's in our way.
He walks right up to you, Gadron, and looks at you right in the eye.
Gadrin just glares, points to the side with his left hand. Yeah, we kind of gotta move.
He lifts his left up. He lifts his hand as well, and doing the exact same movement as you.
And he gestures to the gorilla. You he points to the left. Yeah, move.
He looks towards your hand and back at you. Then he points at himself and then points to the other side.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, please.
Roll animal handling.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
That's not the one you were expecting to roll, is it?
11.
He heads to the way you're pointing and around your arm. And then heads right back towards the cars. And then starts looking at the other three.
No.
Yeah,
doesn't seem
I
particularly-
kind of. Can I gesture for him to like walk past the cart? Like, yeah, go right on by.
Roll animal handling yourself.
God.
I have to roll a dice, so I'm sorry, friends.
Oh no. We were all dead.
Yep,
Not even like a
there it is.
combat thing, but we're all. Oh my
Nope,
god.
I knew it. I knew it as
How?
soon as he said to roll dice. I knew. I was like, it's over.
My side hurts.
Yeah,
He sees you gesturing with your hands, waving slightly. And he just grabs both of them with one arm and just drags you out of the car and is now lifting you. Just looking at you.
I think at this point I'm gonna
Starts
kind of.
sniffing you. He starts sniffing.
No, put him down. Put him down. That's all for you.
That's not yours.
Drop
I
it.
think-
Drop
I
it.
At this point, I'll probably jump out the car, just kind of hands up, like, okay, come on, look, please put that down.
Roll another animal handling for me.
Oh no.
Oh, guys, I had to go.
Nine.
I had to go down to get my food. Can someone recap me on what happened since the animal?
Yeah.
There's a big ass gorilla who's very bad at understanding directions.
And
Basically,
I
we
rolled in that one animal handling.
And now
and
he's being dangled in the
now
air
he's
by the
picked up
gorilla.
Nor.
Yeah.
He's picked up Nor, and we're trying to kind of calmly get him to stop.
Do I need to roll an animal handling as well?
I mean, you can try.
Yeah, just as no, put it down. 4.
Jesus.
Oh
He-
my god.
You guys are starting to like really kind of scare him. So he's like starts. So then he starts beating his chest like.
Does he still have a hold of me? Like,
He's beating it with his free hand.
okay, I just was.
No. Put him down.
He's baring his teeth now, telling you to stay away.
I will not make eye contact. I will look away. Gorillas don't like eye contact.
Yeah, I don't think you have a choice where you look.
Hey, he can still
Hey.
move his hat. He can still move his head.
Yeah, he's got me by the hands, didn't he?
Yeah, the hands.
Oh dear. Gadget. Yeah, Gadget sort of bares his teeth back at the gorilla, just like, yeah, put him down.
Oh boy, roll intimidation.
That's 18.
He rolled lower. And he just kind of steps back a little bit and just drops Nor.
I'm gonna scramble back to the cart. I went out.
Yeah, Gadget just stops baring his teeth, nods, and then gets back in the cart.
Let's go.
I think that's a good idea.
Gadget just sort of puts his head in his hands. It's just like, can't people just listen to directions?
Apparently
I
not.
don't know if what we're dealing with can be called people, Gadra.
uh, what are you doing right now?
But we're
So,
I
continuing
would like
on.
to skedaddle.
Yeah,
A
you're
monkey as
just
big
climbing
as
back
the
on the
cart
truck.
had me by the hands. I want to leave.
Let me go, please.
Yeah, he kind of focused squarely on Gadget right now. 'Cause he sees him as the main challenger.
Is it still blocking the path?
He's behind you now.
Well, let's keep it that way. Let's keep going forward.
Gadget
I'm
just
gonna
got back
kind
in the cart. Just like I'm not dealing with you anymore.
just motion Barnaby to move.
Yes, skedaddle.
Okay. You guys are going along, but he's still following you. He still seems very curious.
Is he keeping up
He's still-
with speed, Barnaby?
I mean, to be fair, he is a big gorilla.
He is like running at full speed right now.
I'm wondering if we should do something about him. Kai, can you maybe cast something on him to just keep him where he is for a while?
Or slow him down.
Or sleep him or something? Yeah.
I don't know any spells to put things to sleep. I could try and burn his eyes out.
Let's not make.
Not worth it, Kai. He's not worth it.
Okay, hold
I
on.
think that's fine.
Having been held by the giant gorilla, I would like to not make it more angry, if at all possible.
Is it like Tom? Is it keeping up with the carts, but at a distance behind it? So is it like maybe?
It is a bit of a distance, yes.
And we reckon that this is like the limit of how fast it can run.
There is a limit. Yes. Hang on. Oh yeah, there. Hang on, I'm trying to think. So the average, given what Barnaby's speed is, he is like in a full sprint. While because you guys, I assume you tried to make Barnaby go much faster.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he is like on a full sprint, but he is. If at other point he does eventually slow down, and eventually just sinks, and eventually just after a while, by the time he's just a little speck, he's already turned around. So eventually he is gone.
That's good. I was already coming up with a plan involving blasting him with spells while Barnaby whisked us away from his grasp.
I don't think that's necessary. I think, yeah.
I never want to be grabbed by something that big ever again.
What about something as big as me?
You can't crush my entire body with 2 fingers.
Watch me.
You could probably break some bones, yes, but I'm talking about at once with one kind of like a pinching gesture.
Gadget.
That thing.
Gadget. No, I was talking like this, and he flicks the fingers on air.
Note to self: get enlarge, reduce spell.
Tiny Gadron.
Note to self: find as many creatures that can grapple or restrain people
as physically possible.
I would never escape. I have, what was it? I've got a -1 in strength.
Your comment on the
I'll just
enlargement
look
spell is making me think of Kaiju Gadron.
I'll just look at Nor. You think that was bad? You should try being paralyzed by a mechanical damn snake.
Wait, that thing
You know,
paranoid?
Which is
As
also, also a few times bigger than you.
As tempting as that is, I think I would rather pass.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not. I thought so.
Yeah, it takes a while, but at this point, the tropical day and the rest of the day pretty uneventful. Really pretty, but no other creature tries getting quite as close. I will say, if you hadn't rolled such good intimidation roll, Gadron, I would have made you roll initiative.
I knew it was coming too. If you had...
Yeah. But I gave you guys an out because that's what D&D is about: choices and options and ridiculous luck.
Well, you say ridiculous. I only rolled slightly above average for Gadron.
Yeah, that's true.
You say D&D is about choices, yet you've put us in a forest, so I haven't been able to cast Fireball for the last 2
What is this?
Curious.
Fascinating.
Explain that, liberals.
That's right. Can't be my facts and logic.
Yeah, get
Completely
destroyed.
You claim your game is about choice, yet I haven't cast Fireball in 2 sessions.
I mean, you say this. You do still
Technically,
have the
you
choice
have
to
the
do
choice
this.
of doing that. You also have something called common sense.
In self-preservation.
Yeah, and your guys' sense of preservation is a little better than the guys at Paracosm.
Well, see, the thing about Paracosm is that all the sense of self-preservation is localized onto GBS 41.
Yeah, literally. To be fair, my character's normally pretty logical. They just didn't realize quite how dangerous they. Well, say they're not used to going mid.
You know,
Characters that dangerous. That'll be my excuse.
I don't have an excuse because I remember back to the first little one shot where the robot that can't be in water very well, decided the appropriate course of action would be to dive in after the person.
Nice. Smooth.
Now, granted, it went pretty well, but I have no argument against the self-preservation thing. Any is a very act first. Sometimes
Any managed to, let's say, prevent a major historical event on that occasion.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing to happen.
Yeah, we stopped the apocalypse.
Yeah.
Let's not forget the fact that Innie's first reaction to seeing this assassin unit, who has been told to kill them, is to approach them and say, "Hi, what's your name?"
Well, to be fair, it was with a check, and when seeing your intent was like, okay, and then blasted.
No, that was your second reaction. Your first reaction.
Well, yeah, because you see another one like you're like, oh, what's up? And then you're like, that sucks, and then you blast them.
Oh, dear.
Well, I tried being
That
nice.
sucks, damn.
Anyway, you guys do eventually come to a clearing.
Well, this is nice and big. Well, how far do you think we are to the Sassarine?
I will look at the others, having no sense of scale.
I mean, I couldn't say to be honest, but I mean, I've forgotten her name. What was the name of the woman who we literally just like?
Ferris.
Ferris, thank you. Ferris said that it was probably a 2-day journey, and I don't know how long has it been, like a few hours. So it can't be too long, especially considering how fast we're going.
Well, in light of that, do you think we should just camp here, or wait, or hope for another canoe in the Hague?
I'm not sure, to be honest. It's a bit of a gamble, isn't it?
Tom, how hard does it look like it would be to camp without a clearing?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Yes, how hard
Sorry,
it would be to camp without a clearing.
In this place, well, there's quite a few. Well, it'd be hard to find a decent place for you to actually just sort of lie down properly with all the roots going through the ground.
Okay, and we haven't seen any other clearings.
And the trees are all pretty close together. There's just a few moments which seem almost of a magical type of nature that seem purposefully made for travelers.
How many?
Railroading you? What are you talking about?
How many clearings have we seen so far? It's just like the first major one we've seen.
Well, there was the one where you guys were attacked by the trees.
Yeah, but like they're rare enough that like kind of knowing like we'd believe that we're lucky to find this one.
Yes, I would say so.
Okay, it's
The
probably
occasional
best we do
one.
stop
To be
off there
fair,
then.
there aren't as many as you think, especially because most people that live here actually normally just teleport, but you guys can't do that.
Yeah, they don't let us, sad face.
No,
Rip.
no, because they're a bunch of racist gits.
Yeah, basically.
I made them.
Absolute.
Absolute insert word here.
Prissy Inlanders.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to set up camp.
Yeah, I suppose so.
You guys have all done this plenty of times by now. You know the drill. You said a few places to sleep. You start making dinner. Finding wood is pretty simple.
Gadget just
you like
rips one of
kind
the
of-
smaller trees out of the ground.
Make a strength check.
If you succeed at this, I swear to.
Ah!
Oh my god! Actually, just
Roots and all,
tearing
just
the tree out of the ground.
completely torn up. There's nothing but like a small earth-filled crater where it was.
What? I've got firewood!
Just kind of remembering back to the trees from a few nights ago, I'll just kind of nod. That was cathartic.
All right. And you guys, you make the fire. You eat nicely. Barnaby's just kind of off to the side, eating some grass. The spell took a lot out of him, so he's not much. He's looking a bit sluggish. He's just eating and drinking, and you can tell that he looks ready to nod off as well.
Alright, I'll give Barnaby the pelt for tonight. He's earned it.
Oh.
Why is Barnaby my favorite character in this entire campaign? And he's just like,
Because
He's all-
animal companions are always good,
that is true.
as long as they don't have an annoying voice.
I just had
I,
a
for
thought.
one,
They're
I, for
either
one,
really annoying or just really good. The silent ones are the best.
I just had a thought.
I, for one, would be perfectly willing to sacrifice Barnaby to save someone else.
I had a thought. Nai, that artist you commissioned to draw our characters,
Hmm.
maybe we could commission them to draw a Barnaby.
Oh my god, we could. I would be down for this.
Okay, but we have to get his expression right. He's a nervous wreck.
You could tell he's like, the people I'm with scare me, but at the same time, they treat me nice, so I don't know what to do.
I'm always
There's a
there
man
to
who
comfort
never has
Barnaby.
the same face, a boy who keeps blowing things up, a woman who keeps touching metal things, I don't know why, and then there's the big monster,
The big monster.
the person. But
Hey, but the person who changes face is always
yeah, the person who
comforting.
changes his face is like you're like his dad now. He doesn't want to go back to the stage, to the stable.
He won't. I got
Yeah,
the
I'll
money
just
now.
like-
I can buy him.
I'd go. I'm feeling at about my full potential. So I think I'd be willing to take first watch.
Sounds good. Wake me up. Wake me up for a second. And Gadget just sort of, lays down. Starts looking at the sky until he falls asleep.
I suppose just go for wherever you think's next.
I'll just kind of nod to myself, knowing that I made a good choice, because now I won't have to try and fall asleep with Gadron snoring in the background.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so it's Kai, Gadron, then
Yeah, Dron's choice from there.
Yep. I'll leave it a surprise.
okay.
I
So-
reckon you're going to try and wake one of them up, accidentally knock them out even further doing so, and then pick the other one.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm not going to do too much on my watch. Just kind of stay alert, perceive as best I can.
Hmm.
Make a perception check.
Well, yes, you are on watch. Always roll perception.
I accidentally changed my. I accidentally changed server somehow. There's some sort of weird key that does that.
We don't question it.
Oh.
As per usual.
All right.
At least it's not nat 1 this time. So we don't have
How's
to
that? How's my hearing?
Hmm. You're just you're looking around, but you're mainly just thinking about what happened in the facility.
Yeah, I guess with the fresh trauma, it's understandable to not be on full alert.
Yeah. Just thinking about what the hell they could possibly mean, who the director is. Did you do anything? Anything in particular?
Nothing in particular yet. No, I think I'll just kind of wait things out. Just I'll I'll have a look at those. Have a look at those diamonds that I obtained from the place. Because it's a pretty magical place. Do they have any magical kind of properties?
Well, you look at them and roll an Arcana check for me, please.
I believe that's +1, but let me check. So +2, in fact. 16.
They aren't exactly magical in and of themselves, but you do remember that there are plenty of spells that use them as components, such as reviving people we recently killed.
Ooh, okay.
It's only available to a few certain types of magic users, though. So what I'm saying is, don't get your hopes up. You're not going to be getting revivify. Sorcerers don't learn that.
But I can get chromatic orb though.
Yeah, maybe this is part of Kai's character arc. He becomes the healer.
That is true.
I would have to take like 7 levels in cleric for that. Oh, 5.
Yeah, and friendly reminder, he has negative wisdom.
Well, he doesn't have. Well, theoretically, you'd always cast offensively as a sorcerer, but whenever he's casting to help someone, then he's the cleric.
This sounds like the single worst build ever.
But it's character building.
Anyway, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to kind of tuck those away, make a kind of mental note to keep one of them for myself. But not sell all of them as I kind of plan to. And yeah, I think once if presume nothing happens, which
No, you don't see anything happening.
oh no.
The classic DM wording.
I'm going to. Okay, so before I go and wake up Gantron, I'm going to explicitly go and check that the coffin is both still there and unharmed.
Gadgeon is there, and yes, he is still breathing.
No, is the coffin still
No,
unharmed?
the coffin is unharmed.
Okay, good. And yes, with that, I am going to similar routine. Minor allusion to screaming Gadron's here.
Okay, I'm gonna need everyone else to check whether they wake up as well.
How close are they sleeping to Gadrin?
I mean, I imagine you guys aren't all that far off from each other.
Probably not.
Yeah, just in case we get jumped tonight, so that one of us isn't caught with our
Yeah.
pants down.
Hmm.
Which is why Gatrin always wears pants.
What are exactly?
That's the
are we
only
rolling
reason.
here? Yeah, that's the only.
Yeah, never mind the fact that his pants are currently part of a set of plate armor. But,
Okay, so you roll pretty loud. Okay, so you do pretty loud singing, but it is very concentrated. So it doesn't just spread out across the area. It is focused entirely onto an eardrum.
Oof.
Which, yes, it does hurt.
Yeah, Gadget sort of rubs his left ear. Yeah, ready to coordinate car.
Just about. I'm quite tired.
Alright. Yeah, and I rub his head a little bit. Good night.
Good night, Gadrin. Protect us from all evil.
And anything
And yeah. Oh yeah. Also, Tom, I just had a thought. Would I be able to use the 2 steel mirrors in my like robe of useful items to like kind of set up a system where I can see more and thus give myself advantage on future night shift watchers?
I feel like looking in a mirror would do you know better than just turning your head to see.
No, but I can see everything at once.
That's I don't think that's how it works.
I'll tell you, I'll probably get distracted looking at your under reflection, noticing, hey, wait a minute, that speck of dirt wasn't there.
I think
Like, oh goddamn, I need a shave.
no, with Kai it would just be like, wait a minute, that massive scar wasn't there before.
What wolf attacked me that time? Alright, so time for me to roll a perception check.
Yep.
That's an 8.
You're just kind of thinking about you're moping actually because you didn't get to fight the giant ape. 'Cause, yes, you promised, but I mean it was right there. Like he wanted to fight. Why didn't we let him?
And he's also thinking back to the chimera of just like, I really want to get that thing's heart and put it in this box, but no, it had to be off duty.
It happened to be transferred to the other branch.
Like the story, it's just scared of me. Yeah, that's mostly what I do for the night while making sure I'm in physical contact with the coffin so that I can tell if it's gonna get messed with.
That's pretty good. You're sitting next to the coffin.
Yep.
Yeah. You do end up sort of tapping your fingers on the wood, which does provoke a little from Barnaby.
Shh. Everyone else is sleeping.
Barnaby goes back to sleep as well. And after a while, well, nothing in particular seems to have happened.
Gadget gives a slight yawn and goes over to where Nora's sleeping.
Oh yeah, it's straight up with Nora.
I had that on standby for when he went to wake someone up.
He's like, the time has come.
Gadget sort of grabs Nora by the shoulders, stands him up, and then uses his other hands to pinch his nose.
Like he lifts him up
Breaks
and
his
puts him
nose in
into
the
a standing
front starts.
position.
Yep.
That's gotta be so
Nor-
weird.
Norris kind of jolts awake, flinging his arms a bit.
Hello.
Had the weirdest dream about that gorilla again.
Yeah, don't rub it in. The gadget just lies down. Hey, have a good shift.
Just kind of look around like, when did I get up?
I love this party.
Well, he'll go to his shift then.
Roll a perception check.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, that's my best roll yet.
We're getting progressively better at the observation of the shifts.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of there's a few things going through your mind about what happened in the at the base of the facility. And of course there's the whole thing that Ferris was also a former Deceptor who escaped. That's definitely going through your mind as well, but you're not letting it distract you. After a while, Barnaby sort of jolts upright and starts looking.
Head over to him and, what's the matter, boy?
It's not a dog.
Hey, I talk to all animals the same.
As you should. He just kind of looks over to one of the bushes that's just outside the clearing.
I'll kind of pull an arrow out and kind of get it right in my bow and just, who's there?
There's a tiny bit of rustling.
I'll kind of start pulling back an arrow. Show
In the
yourself.
bush, but no. It starts shifting towards your right.
And I kind of follow it with the bow. Last warning. Show yourself.
Eventually, it starts going towards the edge of the clearing.
I'll keep an eye to see if it
And
ready to fire if it's something potentially dangerous.
the first thing that comes out is a couple of horns. Followed by a rather small, very guilty looking face. Followed by the upper body of a very young human girl. But the bottom half is a pair of white goat legs.
Alright, I'll just kind of breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief and kind of lower the bow. What are you doing out here?
Wait, can we just? Sorry, does I don't want to ask. I'm just wondering if it's worth checking if we know this person.
Well, we're still asleep.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of why I was like, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I just like.
Yeah, I mean, if you'd like to engage in satire about the satire that's currently in our
I will-
clearing.
I will say, Nor, you were there when it happened. So no, this one is it's not the one you met.
It's not the one. Okay, sorry. I was
no.
just checking.
This one is much younger. She looks about 4 or 5. She's very, very young. and she just looks down guiltily, like a child who's just broken a mother's favorite dish. She doesn't say anything.
I'll kind of put my bow away, and do I have any rations left from what was given to me?
Well, you were given quite a few, just in case. You were able to find at least a couple of fruits. You managed to pick out one. You find a small, about a few pieces of mango left. They've gone a little brown, but they still taste alright.
Alright, I kind of take a knee and hold them out to her. Here. It's alright, I won't hurt you. You just startled me is all.
She sort of tiptoes towards you. Oh, tip hoof, I suppose. She doesn't really have toes.
Gingerly walks.
Yeah, and she looks at you in the face one more time just to be sure it's okay.
I'll nod and kind of go on.
She takes one piece, takes a bite, looks back towards you, looks at the other pieces, then nabs them and runs off back into the bushes.
I'll kind of look back, and if you're cold, do we still have a campfire, by the way? I don't know if we ever set one up. I know we got firewood.
Yeah.
I would hope that
Although
we did.
it is start.
I,
It is. But one of the things you do whenever you wake up is you add a little bit. You add an extra log to the firewood.
all right. If you're cold, you're more than welcome to stay by our fire.
She's
We won't
already
hurt
run
you.
off. She's already
Long gone, long gone.
running way off. Long
Right.
gone.
Wish her well. I'll kind of go back over and pat Barnaby and take my seat for my lookout again.
Barnaby is just kind of just gone back to sleep. The cut. There's no.
The what?
No, I mean, as in, sorry, the cart. There's nothing gone,
All right.
and the rest of it goes by pretty uneventfully. Right, so your 2 hours go by.
All right. And I'll go wake up Lowry. Hey. Kind of gentle shake.
How you
Just kind of like a gentle shake of just like, hey, come on, it's time to get up.
I guess if I were to wake up, then I'll just kind of slowly. Yeah. Thank you. Wow, it's late. Yeah. You get some rest. Thank you. I'll let you know if anything happens.
By the way, keep an eye out. There's a little girl running around out here. I gave her some food, and she scurried off pretty quick, but didn't really get to say much. Yeah, it's reminded me a bit of our old friend. You know, I don't know what you'd call them, but you know, like I kind of gesture like goat legs.
Oh,
you know,
right. That is odd. Okay.
She's
Thank
very
you.
skittish, but
Hmm.
she might still be around here somewhere. I don't know. After taking the food, she just kind of hurried off. So
That's really weird. Right. Okay. Thank you for the warning. I'll make sure to keep an eye out. You get some rest, and then I'll kind of start heading out.
I'll nod and I'll go lay down and sleep.
Okay. Lowry, your turn to roll perception.
Okay. Oh no.
The streak's broken.
Yep.
Yeah. You don't see anything. But there's a part of you that keeps thinking back to the diamonds that Kai found.
I think I'll probably have been doing a bit of tinkering with one or two of them over the last night or two.
Yeah, there has been. You have been looking at. There is one that you managed to keep. Although at this point, it's looking a little bit less like an actual diamond, as there's a little bit of a casing around it now.
A little while left and it'll be finished.
Mm-hmm. You can't dedicate your entire mind to
No.
it at the moment because
No, yeah.
your mind is still very preoccupied by your father being in trouble. But as far as anything important, you don't see anything.
Okay.
Sun rises. The birds begin to sing again. And you go to wake everyone else up.
Okay. I'll start heading over towards the tent, start shaking people up. Maybe a bit more than shaking with Gadron. And yeah, start kind of packing up the camp.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Kind of to Lowry here. Any sign of our visitor?
No, I don't entirely know what. No, I didn't see anyone. I don't.
What's this about the visitor?
During the night, there was a little kind of half deer looking girl that was roaming around the camp.
Gadrid just raises an eyebrow.
Never heard of such a thing.
No, it was like the acolyte we ran into back at the church.
Oh, a satire. They're half goat generally. This one was deer.
I was more just lack of the words.
Gadrid tries to think of if he's heard of a satire before.
Roll nature.
I just know when we had first encountered it, there was never mention of the actual race.
9.
You've heard of some people with goat legs before. You've never actually seen one, but you've heard that they are around somewhere, but you never knew they were satyrs, and part of you actually believed they were more of a myth. So hearing about this is a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, while Gadrid doesn't say it out loud, his thoughts immediately go to the logical.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad. She was wandering around the camp. I gave her some of my my food, and well, she took it and ran off.
That's really weird. I wonder why. How old did you say you thought she was?
Really young. It was like about a child.
That's really weird.
Well, no point thinking about that particular line of logic. What say we head to just outside the ring?
I'm in favor of that.
I most definitely am in favor of that too.
No point stopping now, then.
You guys, you will get back on the carts. You will get back on the cart. Nor you're up in front with the reins. Everyone else climbing on. And Barnaby, having rested up, is now ready to take you onto your last little stretch.
Yes.
We're almost
As
there.
usual, you guys can roll perception, should you wish to.
Oh no.
Hey,
Hey,
Ooh, oh wow.
the blind man sees.
we're in uncharted territory now.
Oh god. I've absorbed everyone's bad dice rolls this session.
uh, so, you guys go along. Gadron, you're basically entirely focused on where's that fucking monkey?
In this particular instance, I think it'd be more, he's just thinking about the chimera.
He's like, he's still looking out, like vaguely hoping that it's around them. Nor, as you're going along, you do hear a faint rustling coming from the cart itself.
Do I know exactly like where on the cart? Like,
Well, you did roll pretty high, so, you look at, so on the sides of it, there's Gadron, Lowry, and Kai, of course, and then you have the coffin in the middle, and then at the end, and then fairly close to the front is the sack, and it's from the sack itself that you hear rustling.
kind of look back over, looking at the thing, and just kind of peek inside. Like, what the?
Today on Quarrels and Quadruin, the party accidentally abducts a child.
I'd say more surprise adopt at this point.
Not there's nothing in the sack, but as you close it back, wincing from the stench, you can just barely see a slightly furry looking knee peeking out from behind it, from under it, actually.
I'll kind of look around. Does anyone have some spare food on them?
Why?
And I'll kind of like gesturing like shh and pointing down.
Yeah.
Just feeling a bit snackish. And I'll kind of like do like with my fingers kind of do like the goat horns, like.
Oh.
Yeah, again.
Wait, you said this a child, didn't you?
Gadget's about to say something with a worried look in his eye, but then goes into a thinking pose.
He's like, wait, are there imps? But we took care of them.
No, it's more so. Yeah, like wait. Couldn't this be bad? If it has horns, it could be a logical thing. Wait, no, wait. There's a lot of things with horns. Wait, but why would it want snacks? But why? This goes on for several minutes.
Yeah. As we're going on, can I just very quickly ask? Actually, no. As it's going on, who's sitting closest to the front of the cart? Besides Nor, obviously.
I'd probably be pretty close to the front, keeping an eye ahead of the road.
Yeah, staying close to your mum.
Hmm.
You do notice a small hand reaching up towards your money sack.
I feel like I just kind of turn to look at the hand. Kind of, I'm just kind of see where it's coming from. I don't know if it's worth slapping it. I'll probably just kind of grab my money out of the way and turn around.
As soon as you like move your hand slightly towards the money sack, it just snaps back to where it was.
We picked up a satire rogue, have we?
In trading, it's a level 0.5 rogue.
Okay, so basically we gently place them outside the cart and go on our merry way.
Excuse you.
I don't know if this is the kind of thing where it's very
keep in
moral to
mind,
do
right now, it is
something
still
like that.
currently underneath the sack. It is still currently hiding underneath a.
Yeah, none of us
wet-
have like. I. Did you say you needed food? I assume it's for this. If so, yes, I do. And I'll
Yes.
kind of grab some and I guess I'd throw it over.
Alright, I'll kind of.
I'll just kind of look at Nora a little incredulous. If that's the child that from last night, then I think we need to get it home, not concern ourselves with feeding it.
I'll it kind of like keeping an ear out for what Kai say. I'm still just going through food, getting some in my hand, just kind of nonchalantly lean back with food in the hand pointed towards under the underside there for them to very easily grab.
Uh, no reaction.
And I kind of just, it's all right. Remember, we won't hurt you.
Very slowly, she crawls out and sort of looks up at all of you very guiltily, but still eyeing most of your money with desperation.
Yeah, Gadget pauses a moment in his thinking. Hey, guys, I think. Ah!
She kind of jumps back at your screaming as well. And she actually ends up falling out of the cart because of it.
I'd like to jump out the front here and help her back up.
Okay,
I
assume
can
you
stop the
stopped
horse.
the cart. by
Yeah,
then.
Yeah, like whoa, and then not just like full abandoned ship. It's just like
Yeah, it's like whoa, easy. So you get off a cart, and as she's getting up, she looks up to you, and just there is a black eye where there was not one last night.
What do you mean?
hey, what happened? And I kind of point to the eye.
She just backs off and shakes her head.
Yeah, Gadget sort of cautiously peers over the edge of the cart.
Now I'll kind of point at my own eye, like where the black eye would be on her. I was like, that's new.
She nods very gently.
And I kind of once again kind of hold some food out to her and stuff. It's all right. Come on. What's going on?
She looks at you, but she's not sure whether she can. She's still just very scared.
Yeah, Gadget.
I'll just kind of like, while switching between common and my other language, Sylvan, I'm going to say hi to her and see if she replies.
She looks up and waves slightly, but she doesn't say anything.
Gadget is just looking at her raptly, wondering what she's gonna do next.
What is this strange creature?
I'll just look over at Larry. Larry, you speak Elvish. Maybe you should, try and communicate with this person.
Okay, just I can try. I don't really want to scare her as such, but yeah, okay, yeah. And I'll kind of hop down off the car and slowly make my kind of trying to show that I'm not exactly like a scary
It
person.
is what
like
I
some
think.
people.
I should know. She did actually respond quite positively to you when you spoke Sylvan.
Oh,
Kai. She just didn't say anything.
Yeah,
She
Gadget.
did
I'll just
react.
kind of you speak. Wait, Sylvan? You speak this useless old language?
Gadget sort of Sort of looks at him. Be careful. I don't know what she could do.
I kind of look at Gadron. The man who wants to fight a chimera is scared of a little girl.
I was kind of like, I was kind of look over and also just like, well, she seems to understand Sylvan, which I don't understand. The only reason I learned that language was because there's some ancient plays written in it.
Gadget just sort of. Gadget looks back at Nora and just says, "Listen, I've only heard of Septons in like pirate shanties where they're described as little, as just like I didn't even think one of them existed. And now here this one is, and it's just something showed up. Like, what does it want?"
She's smiling at you two now. You actually speak a language you can understand, and Gadron because he just seems very funny. Children laugh at weakness. I tell you from experience.
Bruh.
I'll just kind of continue speaking Sylvan to her. Who sent you here?
She kind of when you say that she shakes her head like really violently, like almost scared.
Did I notice the girl trying to steal Lowry's money?
You did, yes.
Okay. I think I'm getting a bit of a picture of what's going on here. Was she? No, did she seem like she was trying to steal from us last night?
I can certainly tell you it wasn't a look of innocence in their face.
Hmm.
And I feel that we might be thinking the same thing.
Yes, she was sent here by some people to steal, and well,
She puts up like
then
one finger.
one person, and well,
They
I'll
weren't
just
happy
gesture to
about her.
yeah, I'll just gesture to a black eye. Yes, exactly.
Gadget looks at the two incredulously. You're just like, but he disappears back behind the cart.
Right.
I'll just kind of yeah, I'll switch back to Sylvan. Do you want to come with us? Maybe try and escape whoever it was who sent you.
Her eyes widen in shock as she looks around, and then she sort of runs towards the edge of the path and comes back with a stick. And in the mud, she starts drawing.
Okay.
Let's see what she's drawn.
Yeah.
And it is in, and it's a written message. It says, Mum, Dad, help.
What's happened to your mum and dad?
Is it common or Sylvan?
It's in Sylvan.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have no idea to scribbles.
I'll just keep speaking Sylvan to her. What's happened to your mum and dad?
She starts drawing two figures with horns, and then around them she draws a few scraggly lines that seem to cross over them, and in between them there is a single taller figure, one that looks one without any horns. Instead, it has pointed ears.
Something about no mum and I'll just like look to the others. I asked what happened to her mother and father. What do you guys make of this?
Yeah, Gadget peers back over and looks at the picture. Wait, so that's her mom and dad?
The
ones
horn
that are in-
figures, I would assume.
I'm
and the one in
willing
the
to.
middle.
I was gonna say I'm willing to wager that they've been captured by whoever, and I'll point to the eared one, whoever that is.
I'll kind of just nod. Then I'll just turn to Lowry. Well, this is your call. My inclination would be to help here, but, well, it's your father on the line, not mine.
I mean, we've already made up a. We've already like. We're at least a week ahead. We can afford to stop. It's not ideal, but I feel like it's probably for the best that we do.
I'll nod. Well, that's noble of you, Lowry. How far away are we from South Serene by this point?
You are less than a day away.
Okay.
Think it's settled then? We have someone.
Yeah, I'll switch back to Sylvan. We can help you. Can you take us back? Can you take us to where this person is?
She immediately starts kind of shaking as she starts drawing another picture. This one, sort of above all the little stick figures, are several snake heads. 3 of them.
Gadrin comes out from behind the cart and trepidatiously approaches the picture to get a better look.
I think this is right up your alley, Gadron.
Sure.
Kind of nodding to the multi-snake thing.
What does that mean? I'll ask her. She's kind of not understanding the implications.
She sort of tries to say something to you back, but there isn't all that much she can say. It's all very mumbled. And as you look, you find out why. She doesn't have a tongue.
Gadrin looks at the 3-headed snake. So if I'm reading this correctly, her mom and dad have been kidnapped by a guy who works for a monster.
Or alongside it, yes.
Just about, yes.
Gadrin sort of smiles. If Lowry's up for it, I'm in. Yeah, and he sort of gives the kid as gentle a smile as he can think of. Yeah, while still being slightly wary.
It's fine. I'm happy to do this.
I think one thing we have to accept is that if it does get to if it does get too kind of complex, if there is more to this than it seems, we may have to back out.
Relax. If that happens, just leave me and I can take care of it.
I'm not sure if we'll be doing that, but but yeah. So for now, I think let's go.
I mean, it is less than a day away, and as was said, we do have about a week.
We have enough time.
So I'll kind of hold a hand out to her and just kind of like nod, like we're gonna help.
Well, you say that in common?
I'll kind of nod and be like the best way I can express that. Doesn't matter if there's big snakes, we're still gonna help.
She looks at the hand and back towards you, and just rushes in to hug.
Oh, I embrace the hug.
And then she kind of starts pulling you guys along.
Alright, let's go. Follow the freaky thing.
I kind of elbow Gatron with the freaky thing coming.
Yeah, the little girl with hoofs.
Just call her a child. You don't need to talk about her legs.
Oh my
I'm
god,
sorry.
Gadget, you can't just ask people about their legs.
Alright, I'll kind of whistle for Barnaby to follow.
She kind of heads into the thicker brush at that point. So Barnaby does try and follow you, but then it's just kind of a clunk as the cart just gets stuck.
Hang on a moment.
Wait, Will. Oh, okay, yeah, let's wait for Ek.
Alright, sorry. Dad forgot I was playing D&D today.
Right.
Oh, good.
So we're just following this little girl into the thick of it.
Well, we've
Yeah,
just
like,
we
I got a
can't take the cart. Yeah, I'll just kind of look a little worriedly at Lowry. Leaving the coffin behind certainly isn't ideal.
No.
I might try something a little wild.
Oh wait, do you?
I'm just wondering, is there any way I could get this into the rope of useful
I
items?
knew that's what was coming.
I thought you were gonna put it in a bag of holding or something.
What, you're gonna put the coffin in the bag?
I wanted to try and put the coffin in a rope of useful items.
How does it? Let's see how it works. Do we Google this?
We can.
Because it can fit a lot of crazy shit in there, but
Yeah, I think there's like
I feel
two.
like it has
there's
to
like-
fit within the actual
Yeah, because I mean, well, there's like two
pocket
10
itself,
foot.
though.
There's
You
like
fit a
two
cut itself
10
in
foot
there,
holes
so
in there.
yeah, but that's a vertical thing, so you can
I
put it out.
suppose, yeah.
But then again, there's like there's a chance of getting like a cart, so
I mean,
I mean-
in the worst case scenario.
Okay, I'm going to try something kind of crazy, and I'm just going to I'm going to open a random pocket, and just bring two 10-foot poles out of it. I'm going to place those on the cart. I'm just going to say, Gadron,
Yeah?
if you could lift the coffin, you could maybe try putting it inside this pocket.
Gadget's eyes widen. Oh my god. He goes and picks up the coffin.
Have I heard of this kind of technology, Tom? Or like this kind of magic?
You've heard of bags of holding because they're pretty popular, but as far as pockets, that's new.
Wait, is that like the equivalent of like? Is that like an extra dimensional storage space or something? Is that the equivalent of like a bag of holding that you've got there?
I'll just shrug.
Friendly
I
reminder, he
don't
did have
know.
10 diamonds in there.
I don't know.
I just assumed you had deep pockets. I didn't realize they were that big.
Gadget's just sort of gingerly holding the coffin and trying to guide it into the pocket.
I mean, well, okay, let's put it this way. Is this coffin larger or smaller than a portable ram?
Probably larger.
Yeah, I'd assume.
If it's a whole if it's a whole elf body in there.
Yeah, you can also get two dogs. You can get a rowboat out of this.
You know, that's fair. I would say a rowboat's probably a little bigger than the coffin.
It's a 12-foot long rowboat.
Okay, but when it comes to putting it back in, I'm gonna need you to just roll a flat d20.
Who, me?
Kai.
Oh.
Just to see whether his coat can really fit a whole coffin.
15.
It's very finicky. Like you have to get like just the right angle for it to slip in, but once it does,
Yeah, Gadget's eyes just widen and he looks at Kai incredulously.
you actually just like at the last second just like slap your own hand back in order to make sure you don't get sucked in. You're just like, nah.
Gadget looks at the rest of the party and just like, he picks up Kai under the shoulders. This kid is magical.
I don't think I deserve the full credit for that one.
You can see like the little kid it's kind of hard to see because again tongue's missing, but her mouth is agape. She's just like she's amazed.
Sadly, I
show
don't
you guys, but I don't have the camera on.
Sadly,
I-
I don't think we'd be able to do the same thing with the horse.
yeah, I'll say I'll just run over to Barney B and pat him like, all right, you be a good boy. We'll be back. All right.
And in
He
any
just
case,
winks to you one more time.
it may be considered animal cruelty to put the horse into a pocket like that.
Yeah, he kind of turns to you, Kai, and just kind of just leans back like.
In
Like,
any
nice
case,
craft.
I think we're about ready to go.
Let's continue on the way.
This is the best use of robe of useful items in history.
Oh dear.
So yeah, first we'll just follow the girl along. See where she leads us.
As you go through the forest, quite a few brambles. Well, every once in a while she stops, beckons you, but she finds it a lot easier to go through this sort of terrain than you guys with her legs. And eventually, you come across a bit of a lake, and by that lake are two adult satyrs who are sort of tied up by magic electric restraints. And there's a single blonde elf pacing back and forth.
Has this elf seen us yet?
No. You guys are still in the you are still in the what's the word? You're still
Thick
in
of
the
it.
in the
Yeah.
thick,
I'll
in
reach-
the thick.
I'll reach back. I'll reach behind my robe of useful items into just my regular robe, pull my ring out, slip it on, and just go. Well, this all seems simple enough. Shoot first, ask questions later, right?
Well,
Okay.
let's make sure that's what we're after. Don't forget there was some big three-headed snake thing.
Yes, but maybe with any luck, we might be able to get, kill that man, get her parents out, leave before the beast even takes notice.
Yeah,
Well, just to be sure, you may as well ask her to make sure that's who we're after.
I'll just kind of turn to her and just in Sylvan. Is that the one?
She nods her head.
That's a man.
Gadrin seeing the dodge, has seen all he needs to see, and starts walking into the clearing.
I think no, Gudrun. I'll just stop him. I think we want stealth on our side. We want to get as many attacks in as possible before he can retaliate.
Gadrin just sort of slumps his shoulders.
Well, I do better at range most of the time anyways. I can stay back here with her and I can get my shots off from here.
I was thinking the same with my magic.
Alright, we'll fire. Well, I guess there's three of us that do well at range. We take our shots and... Well, after we take our shots, you can rush them.
Oh,
Indeed.
Alright. I'll take my bow and arrow out. Well, are we ready then?
I'll bring ready.
Ready?
I think so, yeah.
And Gadrin gets ready to start sprinting at the moment.
And yeah, I'm going to ready my hands.
Alright, I'll go ahead and cock back an arrow here and... Alright, I'll take my shot.
Okay. You guys are just gonna shoot the guy?
Yeah, I'm assuming Lowry, me and Nor are all going to kind of take shots simultaneously.
Yeah. I'll get my shot going.
And Gadrin's gonna be ready to bolt.
So in game mechanics, I think this would count as a surprise round, right?
Yes, it would.
Okay.
Alright. So, question then: would we have advantage here since they aren't expecting this?
They are surprised, so yes.
Okay, I'll go ahead and roll my 21.
That's an auto crit as well, right?
Yeah.
As long as
So,
it hits.
Yeah, it hits. Roll for damage.
I have my initiative roll queued up and ready.
And let me see what the plus
That's
is.
assuming Nor doesn't straight murder him.
Yeah, no, that just straight up kills him.
Yeah, just arrow straight through the heart.
Nice.
Just
Nice, clean, and simple.
Hmm.
Those assassin genes again.
I'll just kind of lower my bow and just. To be honest, I was expecting a little bit more.
Well, do remember, we do still have the snakes to contend with, perhaps. And yeah, anyway, I'm just going to kind of run on over to the guy.
I'll still keep my distance back here.
Yeah, I'll just start walking over, but still keeping an eye out for anything else surrounding this prison.
Gadget follows suit after realizing that the chance for a fight may have just gone up in smoke.
he just sits back and sulks.
So yeah, I'm just going to be looking around for for anything else. Tom, should I roll
Yeah,
perception?
roll perception.
Okay, 18.
The parents are both awake, so they've seen that happen, and they're like wondering where the hell that crossbow came from. And as you look into the lake, you do notice a bit of a shadow swimming around it.
There's something in this lake. I'll say to the other two. I'll just shout to the others. I think we might want to get out as fast as possible.
Gadget looks at the lake.
Just the sheer mood whiplash. Like he's never gone from so depressed to so happy in such a short time.
I'll just kind of call to the others. Your call on this one. Do we kill this? Do we try and kill this thing before it can get to us, or do we try and get out without engaging it?
We at least need to probably get them out of the way first, and then.
Good idea. And yeah, I'm just going to run. So this prison you mentioned,
it's more like they're just sort of tied up by ropes, but it's magical.
Okay.
Yeah, Gadget's looking at the lake with his hands on his sword, just ready.
So the parents are awake, right? Yeah. So I'm just going to walk over to them and ask and just say in Sylvan, "Hey, we're here to try and save you."
They go, but you the in his pocket, you.
I'll nod. And
there's a rumbling.
Okay, I'm just going to like ignoring the. I'm assuming the rumblings come from the lake, right?
Yes, you can see the ripples forming.
Working kind of as fast as I can, I'm going to just kind of get this guy's like get into this guy's pocket. See yeah, just see what I can like
All right.
find.
Gadget slowly unsheathes his sword. Yes, come to me.
I got a bow ready.
As you're rifling through the pockets, out of a lake, 3 snake-like heads come out, walking towards the bank on a single dinosaur-like body.
Do I recognize this creature?
Everyone roll a... Would it be nature or arcana?
Either way, it's a -1 for me, so...
Yeah, we'll do nature.
Okay. Because, in real life, I think I recognize this creature.
No metagaming.
12 with the
Lowry,
-2 modifier.
Have you rolled yet?
Sorry, I'm still typing. There you go.
Lowry, you've definitely recognized this. That's what happens when you're the one with intelligence in the party. Those of you who rolled above 10,
it's still like 20.
You're the one. Everyone who rolled above 10, you know that this is a creature known as a Hydra. And its three heads are looking at different places. This middle one is looking right at the party, particularly Gadron with its swords. The left one looks straight at the imprisoned status, and the third one seems to be looking for something. Kai, by this point, you have found a small crystal.
Okay. I'll just I'll just kind of like hurriedly just turn to the people. How do I use it? In Sylvan.
Just please, you need to. And right before then, the Hydra lunges at you before they can do anything.
Well, how far away was the Hydra?
He was like walking up to you. You were like right next to the lake.
All right. Okay.
I rolled initiative with a nat 20.
Oh damn!
Something's really amiss here, guys.
Okay. So
Damn.
what's for initiative?
I am rolling well today.
Okay, well,
Now, question, Tom,
yes.
because I stayed back alongside with the kid. Where exactly am I in relation to the party?
You're about 20 feet from the edge of the lake, so you've seen this thing come up, and the girl next to you is pointing frantically at it, pointing between it and the crystal that Kai is holding.
All right.
And just put in the initiative order.
This is only the second nat 20 I've rolled for initiative this campaign. The first one didn't even matter because freaking Nord absolutely killed a man.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so and it is. Okay.
I had a feeling that was going to be the order.
Yeah.
So, Lowry, you're up first.
Okay. Did I end up finishing that thing I was working on last night? Probably not. It said it takes. It takes. It doesn't say actually. I'd assume it probably takes a long rest to craft, though, right? Tom?
Sorry?
Did I manage to finish building my homunculus? It doesn't say how long it takes on here. I'd assume it would take like. You learn intricate methods for magically creating a creature.
Rest, I think.
Yeah.
And given how long you were on that cart, I'll say yes, you have.
Okay.
I'm sorry, homunculus?
Bro, you're not ready for this. I'm finally somewhat useful. Okay, so
You say as if you didn't completely save our asses back at the
Against the Yangaruga.
So I basically, as soon as we start, I pull out a tiny little kind of. If you were to imagine one of the gems that we got from that Kai got, but kind of chiseled into a perfect sphere with some kind of odd-looking machinery around it, and I throw it into the air, and it slowly unfolds into what looks like kind of a winged. Oh no, my images are too big to send. Wait, I've
Just
got a link to it
screenshot
instead.
the picture.
No, it's good. A winged kind of clockwork axolotl looking ass thing.
Wow.
I love it.
It's got little arms too.
Oh, it's adorable.
That's the same image twice. Yeah.
There's
And that
actually two
it
of them.
kind of true. And it kind of unfolds and starts kind of fluttering in the air near me. I then cast Fairy Fire on the Hydra, so it needs to do a Dex save, Tom.
Okay.
With so that's 14 to.
It will fail.
Okay, so we all have advantage on it.
Nice.
And then I'll kind of shout up my little axolotl pal to cast acid arrow. And then that's my turn done, and it now has its turn. At which point it casts acid arrow. And you'd probably see the panel on the front of its face, maybe not open up, but I'd imagine it would have a drawer underneath. And it would fire out of its mouth an acid arrow. So yeah, that's.
I'm
Okay.
trying to look on in awe.
Let me just get acid arrow because I've forgotten how it works. It's been a whole
I'm waiting
week.
for this.
I'll be honest for a
Um,
second. I thought you said it's like its head was going to open, kind of like the Demogorgon does, and just
I
fire
was
an
like,
arrow.
I said that, and then I was like, okay, maybe not. Maybe that would sound kind of horrifying.
I somewhat more
It's
imagine
mostly
that-
mechanical.
I kind of imagine the acid arrow coming out like as if it was spitting something at.
Yeah. I kind of was thinking that in a maybe
Yeah.
slightly more kind of mechanical fashion. So, oh right, so it does a. Oh,
Right.
so, okay, sorry, I've not quite got my head around this all yet. So I can tell it to cast a spell.
Yeah.
And it will delivers a spell that I cast. So does that mean I use my stats for it?
Yes, I think
Yeah, I think it would.
Okay. Let me just find the dice channel. Oh no! it's still getting the hang of existing.
It's
Got some kinks to work out.
Yeah.
Calibrations incomplete.
Yeah, basically. So
I imagine it
it'll.
doesn't actually
Commentary.
work, though.
I am bad at this.
I just imagine instead of it firing, it just kind of falls directly out of it, just kink,
Request.
right. To the
Yeah,
ground.
it just goes down.
Be kind. This is my first day.
It'll still do 2d4 because it's acid arrow, but yeah. And then I imagine it would probably maybe land on my shoulder or something, and that would be my go over. Oh, wait, because I just did the
Oh, fairy fire.
yeah, it's got
Yeah.
advantage.
So roll again.
Yeah.
Roll it.
I get the feeling.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
I get the feeling. Yeah, Lowry's damage output has just doubled.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Yep.
Okay, so is that 44 if it hits? I think it is. 44 acid damage, and then another 2d4 at the end of its turn.
So it's 10 right now for when it goes.
Oh, actually, yeah, we could have just kept.
So
Yeah, we'll go with the one I just rolled. So
Basically,
3
this
on the
is
next
what
one.
just happened with Lowry's Hood.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, 10 now and 3 later. What am I about to witness?
The
Yeah.
sacrifice-
Yeah. Okay, and that's my go done.
Well, it's my turn then. Gadget just sort of sees this thing, fire that precision arrow of acid. He's just like, whoa! Now it's my turn! And now he's going to begin swinging wildly at this new thing to fight. Plus 9.
All right.
That's an 18.
That hits.
And it's going to. And for this attack, I'd like to use one of my octahedrons of dominance to make it a let's make it a come at me attack.
I wholeheartedly approve of this motion.
Okay.
For 12 slashing.
For 12, and does it have a saving throw to make?
Yes, a DC 14 strict DC 15 will save. And if it fails,
It
I'm
has
going to
disadvantage
target it can
against
attack
any
without
attack that isn't.
disadvantage.
Okay. So it rolls a 5.
Right.
So it fails. So that's going to be 12 down on top of that.
Yep. And I'm still going.
Oh boy.
I think that hits.
That hits. It does. Proper damage.
11 slashing.
Mm-hmm.
And one more go. That also hits.
What do you think?
I don't know, man.
sounds so
This thing's armor class could be like 30. 10's more slashing.
I'm not telling you an AC of 30 when you guys are only level 5. Calm down. Right. Basically can't reach 30 yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, when we get to level 6, though, you know.
When I get to level 6, that's when I'm chucking Tarask.
So
Left to right.
Gadrin basically, sort of charged up at the center head and sliced it with a sort of uppercut, then did sideways slash motions at the other two heads to sort of equalize it.
As you do that, you do end up cutting one of its heads straight off. Just
You're not supposed to do that.
Wait, yeah, hold on.
Is this a mechanic or is this just flavor text? Because I'm scared.
All I know is
I'm fairly sure it's a mechanic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hold on. This is just a meta statement here. In all of my knowledge of Hydras, you cut off a head,
Two
more.
more take its
The
place.
saying is literally 2 more will take its
Yeah,
place.
yeah. I mean, I know how Heracles dealt with it, but I don't want to metagame.
I don't know how it was done with. I watched Hercules where he tied them all in a knot, and I don't think that's an option here.
No, that wasn't how the original Greek myth went.
not the original.
No, I'm talking about
Yeah, yeah.
Hercules, the animated.
Oh, right.
Well, see, I have a strategy I'd like to share. We hit it. We hit it very hard.
Well, maybe. Yeah. Okay. So, Tom, are 2 more heads growing?
At the moment, it's just a lot.
It's just what?
It's just a lot of blood.
Ah.
Okay.
Actually, let me just count how much damage you did in total. So,
Actually, I just realised the tool that I do believe I have the tool that Heracles used to solve this at my disposal in the form of a fireball spell.
there are 2 prisoners next to you, and there's
Yes.
child happening.
Yeah, never mind the fact that Gadget's there.
I mean, well, if we kill the parents, we create another. This is that's like if the parents die here, that's literally an exact D&D backstory. So
That's how the girl takes a level of rogue.
Please no.
I wouldn't be able to handle it. The guilt would be too much.
Like, I've already caused enough orphanage with.
I've already caused enough tragic backstory.
I don't want to add another rogue to the impact I've made on the world.
Okay. You off the call?
So no, it's your go, and the girl next to you is looking absolutely panicked.
All right. So I know she was pointing at the thing and then the crystal that Kai had.
Yeah, pointing at the crystal that Kai is holding.
I'm gonna relay that to Kai here.
You are.
She
Keep
seems.
in mind, you're not next to him. You're still like.
Yeah, how far am I from
somewhat
Kai
in
at
the
this
woods.
point?
You're same as before, about 20 feet.
All right, I'll kind of holler out to him. Kai, she keeps pointing to the giant snake thing and your crystal.
This thing?
Yes, that thing.
Did I get to I didn't get to hear the end of the sentence by the 2 people, did I? Telling me what to do with it.
No.
Right, now
Well,
that
maybe-
being said, I've passed on the information, so now I'm gonna take a shot at the Hydra. I'm gonna try and shoot
Ooh.
center of mass here.
Yeah, the glowing center of mass.
I imagine 23 hits.
That hits. Roll for damage, and add your sneak attack.
Yeah,
Would this be assassination
Yeah.
since
No, the previous
Yeah,
one
it's
was
aware of us.
assassination.
I think
Yeah.
in 3.5 it would count, but in this one it's aware of us, so it's not by surprise. No assassinate.
I see.
18.
Another arrow goes through its neck, and it roars. And it is going to go ahead. And while you did taunt it, Gadrum, that crystal is seriously drawing its attention. So it turns its 2 remaining heads and then just lunges right at Kai. With disadvantage, of course.
Yeah.
First head.
So Gadget made it so mad that it can't focus, but it really wants to focus on the crystal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like angry guy, but crystal. So the first one is going to be 13 to hit.
I cast shield.
Okay. Donk. And the second head. That is going to be a that's going to be a 23.
That hits.
Okay. In response, it's going to do. It is going to do 8 piercing damage.
Okay.
And then 43 necrotic damage.
Yeah, I'm bracing
no.
myself for the poison damage.
There's no poison damage. However, as it's in the middle of biting you, the stump that was on starts pulsating as 2 more heads just form.
I'll kind of turn to Gadra and just wide-eyed.
It now has
Stay the hell away from its head. So...
What's that? Cut off returns?
No, do not cut off its head.
I'm cut off all its head.
It's like, have you guys seen that scene in The Simpsons where it's like, do not press the core destruct button?
From what?
It's Guardians of the Galaxy 2. That's the button that'll
Oh.
kill us all. Which button do you want to press? Point to it. No!
That's the button that kills everyone!
I am Groot. Yes. I am Groot. Yes. I am Groot. No!
Basically. Oh, such a good film.
I love the Marvel films.
I saw the clip in the
Do
in the
not
Reels
press
channel.
the core destruct
Yeah.
button. Press destruct button.
I'm watching it right now.
So
dear.
What is the context? Why is Homer in a...
It's a Halloween episode.
Yeah,
Ah.
Flanders
Basically-
kept getting visions.
Flanders he kept getting visions of how people were going to die, and he got a vision of himself shooting Homer. He didn't do it when the time came, but then he got a new vision of Homer blowing up the entire town by pressing that button.
And then he wound up shooting him to stop him from pressing the button. But in doing so, he falls and presses the button.
You know, stories like The Simpsons are much funnier to hear in synopsis than to actually watch in motion, I feel.
Yeah, I get
I
that.
mean, yeah. That's a newer one, which I didn't think was actually that good. But the old Simpsons are definitely something to watch.
Yeah. And they're all on Disney Plus now. Which is
Anyway,
so
D&D, is it Kai's turn now?
And don't forget
Uh,
the crystal.
Kai's turn.
Okay, I'm just going to kind of turn to the people again and just like, please, I need to know, what do I do with this crystal?
Crystal, it's corrupting its mind. You have to destroy it. You have to destroy it.
Destroy the crystal. Gotcha. Okay. I do not have shatter, and I'm cursing myself for not taking it.
Because you just had to get fireball.
Somewhere in the distance, Keldon is laughing. I
Okay,
know
I
what
think-
my spell choices are, you fool!
Statement. Who are you talking? Yeah, you are talking to Thin Air Master. Please stop.
Yeah, I'm going to call out Quadruin.
What?
I'll just toss him the crystal. No time to explain. You have to break this. Yeah, just assuming Quadruin is a lot better in terms of crushing force than I am.
Yeah, go.
And then for my turn, I think I'm just going to. Well, actually, I've just drawn the Hydra's attention over to Quadruin, so.
I
Yeah.
drew it there
Yeah.
myself, thank you very much.
But now the crystal's there, so now
Yeah, no, he has double reason to attack you. So yeah, I think for my turn, I'm just going to cast Mage Armor on myself. Which, in retrospect, I really should have done before the fight. But oh
I doubt that would have saved you from the second head's attack.
well. No, it wouldn't have. And even though we get very close, nothing happens.
The flump defeats the Hydra.
I'm pretty sure the flop would just scream at it and then get eaten.
I would like to see the Modron versus Hydra battle.
It just halts the battle for a couple of seconds while everyone just looks at the mod
Once
underneath
again,
the
everyone's
Hydra.
just like, what the fuck?
I would like to see Gadron's first reaction to seeing one.
That would be great. But if that's Kai's turn, then that goes to Larry.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Yep.
Okay then. So I think my first action will be if we're not going for the head, right? I'll kind of shout out.
I'll just shout back. Absolutely not.
Right. Okay. And I'm gonna actively I'll pull out a light crossbow, hoping that I don't accidentally misshoot.
So what are you aiming at, the Hydra or the crystal?
Well, I'm currently holding the crystal, so you'd have to make a pretty darn good shot.
I'll go for I think I'm gonna go for the Hydra. I think even if the crystal is our focus, it's worth kind of trying to stop it. Does that hit?
Yes.
1d8 plus 4.
Oh, I forgot to add the extra poison damage at the end of the turn. I just remembered.
Oh yeah, that was 3.
That's another acid arrow.
Another 8 down. No, that's just a normal arrow.
I was gonna say, do we
Okay.
still have advantage from Fairy Fire?
Yeah, we do. I just
yeah.
I just didn't.
How long does that last?
Till the end of basically till the end of the fight.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's
Like
really
an
good.
hour or something.
Yeah.
Damn, so if you fail that save, you just fucked up.
Yeah. That's my go down. I think. I don't think I'll. Oh, actually,
Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't think I'll use it to cast any spells because I don't want to risk anything. But I've just realized they can do they have their own ranged weapon attack. So I'll just kind of tell them to fire at fire at where I just fired.
How are you telling it? I wonder actually.
How am I summoning it?
Are you just like voice? No, how are you giving it orders?
Oh, I'm probably literally just shouting, I'd imagine. I don't know.
suddenly, Quarrels of Quadruin has become Pokemon.
Homunculus, use acid
Sure,
arrow.
you.
You know, I'll be honest. I'm not. I don't care. I don't care. Even if you do add a steel type to it, I don't think Mudkip has that good of a matchup against Dragon.
I don't think this is Mudkip. I think this is closer to Beedrill than.
It's an axolotl. It's most definitely Mudkip.
Is that?
It's just Mudkip.
Yeah,
It's a
Mudkip's an
regional
axolotl.
variant of steel flying.
I can has Mudkip.
I heard like Mudkip. I actually made that joke with.
You did, yeah. I when I sent Tom it, they said something almost identical to that.
Like,
Okay, that's
Yeah, I guess I can officially say I heard you like mudkips.
the.
it hits. Roll for damage.
What is PB?
What?
Well, to hit is 1d4 plus PB.
Proficiency bonus?
Proficiency.
Oh right, okay. I'm assuming it means in spells.
Your proficiency bonus is the same. No matter what,
Same.
it's just plus 3.
Oh shoot, right, yeah. I was thinking
Oh,
modifier.
It still hits.
That is
though.
not wrong. That is the wrong dice.
Oh wow,
my
97!
7. That's more like it.
Correct.
Yo,
Damn
that's
good.
as high as it could have been. Okay.
Yeah.
And then that's my go done.
Yeah. Okay, that is Nordan. No, it's Lowry done. Sorry, Gadron. You're now holding the crystal, and you know.
Gadget looks like he was just told to destroy it, and he looks at the Hydra. 1 sec, and then he goes to try and destroy the crystal. Yeah, that for his first attempt, he's going. What?
Just roll an attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Just attack it, basically.
What are you using to destroy it?
I was thinking the first try would be the sword.
Okay, yeah, that's more what I was thinking. Because I was just like, is he just trying to crush it in his hands?
27. How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Oh,
Gadget just caught the crystal, look at the Hydra. 1 sec, and then toss the crystal into the air, and then just slices it with his sword as if he's surfing a tennis ball. Yeah, which since the crystal's not designed for that, the crystal just sort of shatters in a crackle of energy.
That's a very cool way
Alright.
of doing it.
I'm just
Okay,
glad
and
it broke, otherwise we'd never find it again.
Explodes in a magical energy, as many of you are knocked back slightly. The parents' binds are suddenly released, and the Hydra, after being blinded for a second, is going to use its reaction. Looks to where the explosion was, looks straight towards Gadron, and with all 4 of its heads, lunges right at you and starts nuzzling you.
Whoa! What?
I'll just look at the 2 parents. Can we keep him?
The parents sheepishly go, that's a bit awkward because the little girl runs out of the bushes away from Nor and just kind of jumps onto the Hydra's neck with a massive hug.
Understood.
Gadget just bewildered looks at the girl, the Hydra, and back and forth, and just looking more and more worried by the second.
I'm just gonna kind of like pull my notebook out. Question: where would you go about obtaining one of these creatures for us?
It's not something you can just go ahead and look for. So the father starts talking. Now he knows that you speak Sylvan, so he begins explaining.
Yeah.
So we have lived here for quite a long time, you see. But one time we were walking along, and Sadie here, she was playing by the bench. She fell in, and she was so young she did not know how to swim. We thought we had lost her, but
I see.
at that moment she was saved by this Hydra.
Yeah, and in the background, it sort of flings Gadget onto his back. Ah!
It's still just like nuzzling you. Like you can tell, it's got so much gratitude. And he goes, and since then we've been strong friends, but well, we do not have the most luxurious lifestyle, so we had to scrounge our way for food, and this elf looks towards the corpse. He and foolishly we accepted, but well, I suppose he took advantage of us not being able to read.
I see.
Exchange the interest was far more than we could manage. So in exchange, as punishment, he took us captive and forced Sadie to work for him, find
Yes,
whatever she could.
that's
And
actually
if she could
how.
not find anything by the end of the day, then that crystal, he would use it to control our friend to, well, eat us. And
I see.
she always
That's-
found something. He upheld his end of the bargain, but it was never enough, which is why she resulted in such. But it's why she can't speak.
Well, I'm very sorry about that. I'll just kind of look to Lowry. I don't suppose you'd have any spells that could do anything.
I was about to ask if this was the kind of thing that I could like heal. I don't know if that's like.
Well, to be fair, you didn't actually understand what he was saying, Lowry.
that's
yeah.
true.
I'll just turn to Well, I'm very sorry to hear about that. My friend over there, and I'll just gesture to Lowry, does have some healing talents. So she may be able to help, and then I'll just turn to Lowry and say, I was just wondering if you maybe have any magic that could restore this girl's speech.
Now you mention it, I probably do. I don't know why we didn't think of this earlier. Yes, I do. Give me a second, and I'll
So Sadie,
Okay.
who at this point was playing on top of the Hydra.
Gadget looks down at Larry. Larry, I don't understand what's happening.
How are you doing up there?
I am very confused.
It's
In your
fine.
mind,
Just
it's a big monster. Why is it friendly?
just go with it. I'm sure it'll be over soon. It's fine.
Gadget just sort of whimpers and hugs the
I'm
dragon.
just going to playfully just shout up to Gadrin. And remember, don't cut off any of its heads.
Gadget just sort of looks at him. Is that what you were saying down there?
I'll just shake my head. Never mind.
Can you get her to come down here so I can't really do anything with her up there.
I'll just kind of just say to the parents, she needs her hair to try anything.
Oh, of course. Sadie! And Sadie just looks towards you and sees her parents beckoning her, and she just sort of slides down the Hydra's back. Get
Okay.
up off the Hydra! Sorry,
Mum says it's my turn on the Hydra.
No, let her keep her turn on the Hydra.
I had to make this one. It's like the one Kingdom Hearts reference I know. Yeah, she comes towards you, and she looks towards all of you, wondering what's happening.
I'll just kind of like wave like in a friendly kind of manner at her and just kind of mime sticking my tongue out and kind of point at her as if to say like, can you do that, please? And then if she does, I'll kind of
Okay. She does just stick her hand. She sticks her hand out.
no, her tongue.
Oh, a tongue. She opens her mouth.
Okay, I'll kind of have a bit of a look inside her mouth and kind of see. Oh yeah, I think I can fix this, and then.
Fine. It's not just.
You cut out there. I just heard it's not.
Sorry, I was just saying the tongue isn't just damaged.
It's like gone.
complete-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sliced off.
It is the kind of thing I could heal, though, right?
You can certainly try.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can do this, but
roll a d20.
okay. I'm pretty sure I could do this, but no promises though. With it, just a flat d20.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, okay, maybe not.
And unfortunately, cure wounds heal open gashes and mend bones, but it can't restore completely removed body parts.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that anyway, because I was like, it's kind of the thing for like healing damage done during a fight, but this is like, this would be the equivalent of like making a man who can't walk again or something. Like they're not damaged as such, but like
Unfortunately,
yeah,
you are not able to grant Sadie the ability to speak again.
I imagine I'd probably try to cast it and then just nothing would happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the mouth closed and then stopped, and there was no change.
yeah, just
And what looks at you, slightly confused.
I'm really sorry. I think it's been a bit too long. I don't know if I don't think I can do anything.
And she gets it, and the parents just kind of nod sadly, thinking, "You've done more than enough." They say that in Sylvan, obviously.
Yeah,
but
I'll just kind of turn to Lowry. They say it's okay.
You can see in their
I'm sorry.
face that they are still eternally grateful.
Also, Tom, I've been meaning to ask, what is kind of the history of Sylvan in this world? Because I had it down as Kai. Kai only learned it because there was some old plays written in that language.
Well, basically, in this world, the Feywild does a few creatures that are descended from Fey creatures, such as satyrs, and in some cases, changelings.
Well, I'll just say, well, it's good to finally meet someone who speaks this language. I confess, I thought I might have wasted my efforts learning it.
They kind of laugh and go like, "Yes, where did you learn it?"
Prospects. They have books on every language. You only need to dedicate yourself enough.
Oh, you speak it very well. Your accent isn't flawless, but it's your vocabulary is impressive.
Thank you. I had a lot of time to study back there.
Are we safe?
The mother just kind of snaps her fingers and the makes you slide down its back before just flicking you back onto the bank with its tail. You kind of land with your head on the ground.
Yeah, Gadget just sort of pops back up, looks at Kai. Please explain to me what's going on.
The Hydra was being controlled by that crystal. You destroyed it, and it's back to being friendly again.
Gadget looks at the Hydra. Back at Kai. Yeah, they're down at the ground, and it just goes. Well then.
Dusting himself.
Yeah, there's no need to be scared.
I'm scared. He says, looking up at the sky nervously.
Just glad to see it all
At
worked out
last,
in the
we
end.
found Gadron's gracious sphere. Friendly animals.
As for the wound healing, Tom, do I know if would kind of the healers and magicians and prospects be able to deal with that kind of thing?
There are spells that are, but they are pretty high end.
Right. I don't know how willing to help the government in this country, as I'm not from these lands. But if you might want to try taking her to some big city, and maybe there'd be some kind of service to help there.
Well,
I'm not sure what South Salim would think of us, and
That's true. There.
do you know any other places that would help?
Well, I know prospects, but that's at least a week's travel away.
Well, we've traveled through for longer. She walks down. Would you like to get your tongue back? Sadie just nods. She goes, well, we have a journey to make. You say goodbye to your big friend.
Oh yeah,
She
I'll.
goes and hugs the Hydra. And then goes, and to your new friends as well. She goes and hugs each of you one at a time. First Kai, then Nor, then Gadron.
Gadget sort of pats her on the head gently.
I'll just kind of like say to them, and if you get the chance, you should maybe go to the theatre. Oh wait, never mind. You should go to the tavern. Tell the owner hi from Kai when you get there.
Kai, I will. And they
yeah.
And well, they head up alongside you towards the card, but not before the Hydra with all four of its heads gives each of you one last lick goodbye.
I'm just glad there's no ill will from us. Hitting it a few times.
I'm gonna pat her on the head. I think I've decided that I like snakes much more than wolves.
Gunner just sort of looks at them. Go now.
Of course.
Yeah, that might be best.
Now you're heading off. You're back to the cart.
Remember to
Barnaby's
take
sitting there waiting, and he kind of smells you, Nor, and he kind of recoils when he realizes there's a smell of another animal on you, and he just kind of looks at you, kind of slightly offended. Like, how?
I just kind of like shrug, like, it wasn't me that did anything, It's like, no. Now I'll point kind of towards Gadron, who I'm sure smells much more like the thing.
Gadron just sort of looks at Nor. What is it on me out for?
I don't want him blaming me for smelling like another.
I'll kind of shake my head. Too clingy.
Gadron just. But I didn't.
Yeah. So the satires just wave at you, say, well, this is where we head our separate ways.
Yes. Good. I wish you.
Prospects.
May the gods bless you on your travels.
And may they bless yours too. And they start heading off with Sadie waving with a huge smile on her face.
I'll wave back.
Gadron sits in the cart heavily and looks at Nor and says, "If you mention this to anybody, I'm killing you."
What? You tell anyone? Never.
For a moment, there's just that little bit of a Jameson you haven't actually felt since you left Prospects. There's like the moment you just go back to the little swindler in the tavern again. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Okay, that was nice.
That was good.
Those are really good session.
I'll be honest, like the whole like Hydra being friendly thing, that was admittedly very last minute.
Yeah,
I was like, I want to make this Hydra more interesting with just a summoned monster, and I'm like, what if I made it friendly?
I think that added a lot.
Yeah, it worked.
It's really set the tone that Gadron is in his element in combat, but this moment that the monster he's fighting starts fighting him, he just doesn't know what to do.
Like, this is
So-
what I was trained for.
What we've discovered is Gadron is very scared of friendly snakes and little girls.
Little goat girls, I'll have you know.
Very specifically.
You say that, but the next time there's a child in front of you, I am going to really test that.
Well, see, the initial scare was just the shock, but getting a closer look at her is just like, wait, this could be a logic cult thing.
It's
Also,
them.
yeah, it was nice to actually use my different language because I find languages just get no use in most D&D campaigns.
Yep.
So yeah, that was nice.
I'll be honest. I'm hoping at some point that that GBS 41's translation functions get some use in Girls of Myricosm.
Yeah, I'll see about that. I mean, yeah. The thing is, my world is weird because I want every country to speak a different language, but then the concept of common kind of undermines that.
Oh, you could always have the more rural areas have less common.
Yeah.
There's also the fact that GBS is probably one of the very few replicants to have thieves can't programmed into him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a yeah. I have heavy doubts Gadron's secondary language will be of use here because his language is fighting.
His language is fighting.
To be fair, that secondary language does get used in most sessions, I think.
That's his primary language. I
yeah.
don't know what you're talking about.
I will say I was gonna I had a guy to speak to you guys, but then it's just like, well, Nora is an assassin. I suppose I should have
Yeah.
seen this coming.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as soon as we got up to that point where he was attacking me, I felt the silence from your end of just man,
I was like,
they're about to kill it before anything can even be done.
I mean, it was gonna be like that anyway, where you were going to have to kill him first and then finally.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
I'll be honest. I don't think anything he said would have changed the outcome of that.
Overall, it doesn't actually mean anything. It's just that he would have explained his motive and everyone would have understood rather than just.
Right.
Yeah, I was gonna say the entire
To be fair,
conversation that happened there.
After he spoke, if you weren't going to kill him before he spoke, you were definitely going to kill him after he
believe
spoke.
me.
I've written him to be loot.
Right.
Yeah, and
There's a reason that I went in with no possibility of talking it out. Not the
Yeah, I
brightest
mean,
tool in the
even-
shed, but
How
there
much-
even a broken calculator works
How
every
much,
now and
how
again.
much
You know?
health? How much health did he have, Tom?
I just ran the standard noble build, so
Right.
it was it would have been maximum 16 HP.
Okay, so no chance of surviving. Because I was gonna say, even if he did survive that, he also had another arrow and a spell coming his way.
Yeah.
Like he wouldn't to your attack. It didn't if he were a player character, he wouldn't have even
Yeah, he wouldn't have even got knocked.
been able to make any death shed.
Yeah.
But I honestly think that him dying without making that speech made the fight that much funnier because because of the whole "don't cut off its head." What? Don't cut off its heads?
Cut off
Actually,
its head.
I knew it had to be something a little calmer per se.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still a battle one that didn't last very long. So
Yeah,
I just want.
it's nice to have it. It's
I'll
nice to
be
have a session once in a while.
Even though you don't know her for a while, I love Sadie. The
Yeah.
moment I started writing her, I'm like, oh my god, she's adorable.
Yeah, she is adorable. I just kind of milked the idea of Gadron being terrified of the tiny little girl for all it was worth.
That just makes it cuter, honestly.
Also, we discovered the best ever use for a robe of useful items.
Oh my god,
Still
yeah.
in there.
We might as well. I was going to mention at the end. We might as well just leave it in there. It's probably.
That's my plan.
Yeah.
I don't know. Unless I somehow manage to get my clothes stolen,
it's
nothing's
Sherry's
gonna happen.
body. I assume we failed to find her body.
Oh yeah, we did. We were going back. We were going back to say about how we how we couldn't
Yes.
find it.
Yeah, and then Gadget just pulls out, "You mean this body?"
The look on their face will be epic.
Funny
God.
prank.
By the by, I have tweeted out the particular instance of I have seen a coffin stuffed into a robe of useful things, and I still don't feel like I've seen everything there is.
I didn't edit the him and her thing. I realized, but
Her name is Sadie. Sadie.
see, I didn't know if it was gonna be like Sadie for like satir, you know. So
Right.
Yeah.
I went ahead and wing it.
It's an understandable mistake.
I love how
see you
this.
guys next week.
I love how Gadget went at the crystal thinking it would just be okay. We'll just do this real quick, but then back to the fight, and then it ended the fight.
Yeah, I feel like I deliberately didn't explain because I feel like if I would have, the crystal would not have been destroyed.
I also just really like the way that you destroyed it, because had it not been destroyed, that thing would have been careening into the water, and I don't know what we would have done at that point.
How do you actually kill a Hydra in D&D?
Well, it has a where basically, so basically every time it takes 25 damage in a single turn, it loses a head.
Right.
And basically, if you manage to remove all of its head, it straight up dies, no matter how much HP it has.
Oh, I see.
But
So regaining the heads doesn't actually restore its health. That makes sense.
Actually, I was about to say for each head that it restores its heads at the end of its turn, and for each head it gets back, it recovers 10 HP.
Okay, so it's like so if you don't
It's
get
up
it,
to battle.
it's just a very slow kind of whittling it down. I see.
So yeah, so like if you manage to remove all but one of its heads, and it just grows them all back double that much. So
Yeah.
I can.
At the end of each turn, it basically gets back 20 HP if it can recover a head.
Yeah.
I feel. That this what you're describing makes me realize that it was probably impossible for the tragic outcome of we kill the Hydra while it's infuriated.
Yeah.
Not with our current weapons.
Yeah, no. And to be fair, I had actually, in the early stages, I had planned on you to just fight it normally, so that's why I had it nerfed head, because normally it starts with 5.
Right. Yeah.
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 Well, now it has 4.
Is it vulnerable to fire damage? Because that's how Heracles dealt with it.
If it is hit by fire damage, before the end of its turn, it is unable to recover a head.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I thought so.
healing, and it
Yeah.
stays with that amount of head it currently has.
Good. Nice that Wizards of the Coast are faithful to the original stories.
Oh, they know their mythology.
Yeah. I can only imagine how long the fight would have gone on for if they hadn't thrown the crystal to Gatrin.
3 hours.
It's just like there. It has like.
No, I mean,
25
I had like
heads,
I had a
and it's just like
dagger. I don't know if my dagger would have done anything against this crystal.
You had Chaos Bolts. That could have done something.
I feel like that might have made the crystal stronger.
Oh yeah, it's.
Now I'm putting it in my notes for next time. If there's ever another crystal like that.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe that's how they got the Yangaruka.
Yeah, maybe this crystal is just a massive part of the world building.
But that was a fun session.
Yeah.
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 It seems like a huge part of the world building, and then the writers forget about it, and the fandom's just like, what the fuck?
Yep.
All I
Okay,
know
so, yeah.
is I definitely want to start upgrading from my short bow to something stronger. As fun as it is to just roll, like when I do get the crit stuff, to roll 8d6, I would like something that does more than a base of a d6.
Yeah.
So,
What? So yeah, what are you using currently?
A short bow.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because I know a crossbow is a d8 base damage.
Yeah, I definitely need. Like I said,
looking to all those.
it's high time for an update. And now that I've got the money for it,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I feel like at some point we're just going to have like a.
When I was doing the dungeon generator, that was one of the rewards that was made, and I was like, I haven't been giving you guys very much money. I may as well just let you just splurge the books.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to have to once we've like dealt with all of this business with like the coffin, we're just going to have a 3-hour shopping session in South Surrey.
I don't know if Quadruin would be amenable to that because like all he's ever known is pillaging.
You exchange
You have to give something back.
So these golden things, you're saying that you exchange those for items?
Money's can be exchanged for goods and services.
Yeah, these inlanders are crazy.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
I gotta head off.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go.
Yeah.
So yeah.